de frutas y verduras de mi...
I want to talk about one of my current obsessions. Sophie's Magic Diary. You've probably seen one of these shorts in your For You page before, and if you're like me, you probably found yourself binge watching the full episodes on YouTube over and over again, rooting for Sophie to get with him and yelling at Big Boy to see who is it that actually likes him. And I couldn't help but wonder, who are the people behind this amazing project and what is it about it that makes it so incredibly good? I went deep into the rabbit hole for this one, so you guys are coming with me. But before that, I'll give you a summary of what the series is all about. Sophie's Magic Diary is a slice of life romance that follows a middle schooler named Sophie who is into dark magic and occultism. She has a fairy Maltese dog called Maru as her companion, and her mission is to get closer to her crush, a guy called him. Yes, him. She often tries to use magic to get close to him, which often ends up making things worse. So we see her get in all sorts of trouble. But we also see the two of them getting closer little by little as the series advances. Now, these two aren't the only ones that matter. Apart from Sophie, Maru, and him, there are two other characters who play a pretty significant role in the story, Big Boy and Idol Girl. But to really understand how they fit in, we need to talk about each of these characters properly. So let's get into it. As we mentioned earlier, Sophie is a shy teenage girl who is into dark magic and occultism. The creator said that she got inspiration for this character after stumbling upon a video of someone reading tarot cards on YouTube. She also wanted to explore the universal feeling of wanting to get close to someone. Sophie has a gothic aesthetic and shows interest in rock and metal music, horror, and the paranormal, amongst many other things. She's almost always accompanied by Maru, her fairy dog companion, but we'll get to her in a second. Maru is a magical fairy dog, visible only to Sophie. She has a mischievous personality and is always eager to help Sophie to get close to her crush, though her methods aren't exactly reliable. She is the classic dog that looks unbearably cute from the outside but is actually very temperamental and won't hesitate to bite if the situation calls for it. What not everybody knows about her is that she was actually Sophie's childhood dog who sadly passed away, but came back in fairy form thanks to Sophie's black magic. It also seems like Idol Girl may be able to see her after touching Sophie's diary, but don't quote me on this one though. Oh, and one more thing, she's actually based on a real dog, which makes her even more charming. Him is Sophie's love interest, and honestly, I see him as a quintessential romance anime male lead. That was a difficult one to say. He is handsome, but in a simple, approachable way. He gets along with everyone and is just completely unproblematic so far. His defining trait is his love for music. He's almost never seen without his headphones, and we actually get some glimpses into his taste. We know he is canonically an Oasis fan, and we also see him listening to the Smashing Pumpkins and Radiohead. I would honestly just love for him to drop his playlist on us one day. We'll talk more about the music side of things later, but the creator has an incredible music taste, and this really comes through her characters. He's also into skateboarding. We love a skater boy. And a fun fact about him is that he actually works as a mascot. And when he's not doing that, he's probably hanging out with his childhood best friend, Big Boy. Big Boy is the character who stole the fandom's heart, and it's not hard to see why. He is ridiculously, he's very strong, like crazy strong, and yet he's one of the kindest characters in the show. He's constantly looking out for others and stepping up to protect people. But strength isn't his only talent. He's also an incredible dancer. He outdances pretty much everyone in the series. On top of that, he sings and apparently speaks Spanish. That man has got some serious Latino flavor in him, and I love that. He reminds me of Takeo from Ore Monogatari, but I don't know if there's any direct inspiration from that character. His sister, by the way, is just as swaggy as he is. For a good chunk of the series, Big Boy seems to have a one-sided crush on Sophie. However, if I'm reading things correctly, that crush is actually the result of a spell because he accidentally ate some cookies that were meant for him. But in one of the channel's latest music videos, we actually see the spell fading away a little bit and we see him getting close to Idol Girl for the first time. Which brings us to her. Idol Girl is beautiful, popular, and has one clear goal in life: to become an idol, or more specifically, a cosmic mermaid fairy unicorn idol. And I love that for her. She's a fantastic dancer and singer, has an impeccable fashion taste, and is constantly making TikToks and doing the latest dancing trends. She is, in every way, Sophie's polar opposite, which is exactly what makes their relationship so interesting. They are so different, and yet, episode by episode, we see them finding common ground and enjoying each other's company. It's one of those unexpected dynamics that ends up being one of the most heartwarming parts of the show.
I like big boy, big boy, big boy, big boy.
Now that we know the series and its characters, let's actually talk about the person who made all of this possible. Que lo que, mi gente? I had a small issue with the footage, so I am recording this bit again. Please don't mind me. Sophie's Magic Diary was created by Korean animator and illustrator Hyunji Park, mainly known as Malgang in all of her social media. And that's it. Let's go back to normal now. Park had originally wanted to study sculpture but failed to get into the program. While figuring out what she wanted to do with her life, and I'm saying this as someone who is currently at that stage, she came across a post about a creative talents program run by the Korea Independent Animation Film Association. Let me see if I got it right. Korea Independent Animation Film Association. I think I did. She applied for it and actually got in on her first try. And I want to make a little pause in here. I feel like maybe when we don't get something that we really wanted, it's just a signal that there is something bigger meant for us, which was her case. Park debuted as an animator in 2017 with the short film How to Be Friends with You, a heartwarming story about a dog whose owner brings home a frog and the chaotic process of learning to coexist. Even in that first work, you can see how gifted she actually is, not only in technical skill, but as a storyteller. She manages to communicate genuine emotion and meaning without a single line of dialogue. Some of her other pieces worth mentioning are Plie Perfect, a breathtaking short about a ballet dancer and a basketball player who become friends, a story entirely built around the beauty of movement, and Fingerspring, a short about two girls who become friends on their first day in a new school. And I just want you to take a look at this clip. This is hand-drawn, people. I genuinely don't have the words. But beyond her animation work, I also want to talk about her illustrations. Because when I found her portfolio, it genuinely stopped me in my tracks. What struck me the most was the way that she draws the human body. Her line is just so free and fluid, the kind of looseness that only comes from someone who has fully mastered the fundamentals and has earned the right to break them. It's a mark of a true confident artist. You can also tell that she is someone with a deep, genuine passion for music, and it blends into everything she makes. I was actually very surprised to find a drawing of the band Kino on the top of her portfolio. Apparently, they're one of her favorite rock bands, and the way that she draws them is just lovely. This passion is all over Sophie's diary as well. The series is full of references, musical like My Chemical Romance, New Jeans, Queen, and Buena Vista Social Club. One of my country's greatest contribution to the world, by the way. Alongside, she nods to pop culture, anime, and art. She is, in every sense of the word, an extraordinarily complete and wonderful artist. So, coming back to the question I asked in the beginning, what is it that makes Sophie's Diary so wonderful? Honestly, there are a lot of things working in its favor, so let me break them down. The nostalgia. Sophie's Magic Diary takes us on a trip back to our school years. The awkwardness, the boredom, the uncomfortable moments, but also the fun, the friendships, and the memories that stick with you forever. It captures so well the feeling of having a teenage crush. That specific kind of intensity where your whole world revolves around that person. It's nerve wracking and overwhelming, but also kind of wholesome and fun. She nails down that feeling perfectly in a way that is genuinely impressive. The storytelling. A huge part of what makes the series work is the storytelling, and specifically the fact that it does it all without a single word of dialogue. No dialogue means no language barrier, which is a big reason of why it reached such a wide international audience. Park communicates everything, the humor, the emotions, the plot, purely through visuals and the occasional sound effect. Take this episode where we meet Dick Boy's sister for the first time. We know it's her sister not because anyone tells us, but because of one single, perfectly crafted shot. The wind blows her hair, and Idol Girl notices that they have the exact same eyebrows. That's it. That's all she needs. And it's crazy because she's got us all so involved in this love quadrilateral that it's almost unreal. The art style and the characters. The art style is instantly recognizable. It's simple and yet layered. The fact that every character has such a distinct and unique personality that you could pick them out in any scene immediately. The attention to detail is also something else entirely. Everything in each episode feels intentional. Nothing is there by accident. When you see it, you just know it's Sophie's Magic Diary. Now let's talk about why this works as a web series. Now, I know a lot of us, including myself, have thought, this would be very good as an anime. And it would, genuinely. But I think one of the things that makes it so special is precisely the fact that it is a web series. Park herself has said that consuming animation on web and mobile feels the most natural to her, and that animation is a very powerful medium that can reach far beyond TV and cinema screens. Sophie's Magic Diary is free. You don't need a subscription. You can just go into YouTube and watch really high quality, beautifully beautifully crafted content at no cost at all. The only cost is watching the eventual ad from that Blocks game, but I love them. If this was a traditional anime, it wouldn't have reached as many people as it has today, including people who thought that they would never enjoy this type of content. The format is part of what makes it so accessible, and accessibility is part of what makes it so beloved. Now, to wrap things up, because the sun is going down and I have no lights, I just want to take a moment to thank Hyunji Park and the people who have collaborated in the videos for everything that she has created, for starting this whole project on her own, for the care she puts into every episode, and for sharing this little universe that she built with all of us. Learning more about her and her work has been genuinely wonderful. Kenji, if you're watching this, I truly admire what you are doing, and I cannot wait to see where the story goes next. Bye bye, thanks for watching. Gente, se está yendo el sol, no quiero que se me vaya la luz, yo tengo que terminar de grabar esta cosa, pero ya. Memories that stick with you forever. Está pasando una ambulancia por allá atrás. Espero que no se escuche en el video. Ay, mi madre. Como que yo voy a tener que esperar a que pase la ambulancia. La policía, ay, mi madre. Lo hicimos, mi gente. Terminamos el video. Let's go. I am losing no. I am I'm discussing if I'm thinking if I chose the best background. It looks like I'm in a desert, but it's okay. Let's edit now.